Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
We've been building to this all. Take a look at you. Utah. This is the dream that this team and their players had at the start of the season. Now these teams get to live it.
Well, the pressure and stakes are at their greatest. Every decision and miscue is going to be analyzed and overanalyzed. You have to keep your cool and trust what got you here.
The starters for Utah. They've got Hayes, and it's Carter in at the 2. Wallace, the pass to Cooper. Here's Frazier. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. 6 to shoot. Duncan. Good on the baseline, Jay.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Takes him. A rebound by Duncan.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's Frazier. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
And that's just nasty right there, guys. He has a tremendous crossover.
Outside Carter. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Inside. Here's Duncan. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Duncan's got his second bucket of the night.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
It's good.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Frazier, the pass to Cooper. Here's Duncan. He's defended by Hayes. Shots blocked. Outside Carter to the paint. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up with a graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. Pass to Frazier. Here's Duncan. Fires for 3. Knocks down the long J. Duncan's got 7.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Carter, good.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Pass to Duncan. Here's Cooper. Over Carter. Cooper's shot is off.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He nails it, and we're tied.
In the modern NBA, boy, you hunt down mismatches. That's a size disadvantage, and he takes advantage.
Here's Frazier. Pass to Cooper. Tries it from the top of the key, and Worthy pulls it down.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Phillips' shot is off. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Here's Cooper. Here's Duncan. He's got 7. The shot comes out.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Carter can't get it to go. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Wallace, the pass to Frazier. To the middle. Here's Yao. And the layup falls.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
Utah's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Hayes. Now Carter. There's the triple. Yao with a rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Wallace, the pass to Frazier. Driving inside. Utah grabs the miss. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Utah shooting their first free throws of the game now. A line change here for Memphis. And a new group getting ready for Utah. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And he makes the first. Both shots good from the strike. Well, the Grizzlies shooting a solid 50% in the opening quarter. Out left to the wing. With the floater. It's deflected. Here's Chambers. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Here's Weber. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
If the defender is giving him that much space, the points are inevitable.
Pass to Marley. We've got 1:28 left in the opening quarter. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Marley. Here's Sigma. No one near him. Man, he gets the jumper to drop. And the Jazz lead by 2.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
The steal. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Scott. No points so far. Weber, no good. For Utah, they've got half their attempts to go. 6 of 12. And it's Chambers missing. 29 seconds left in the opening quarter. They set the pick. Here's Scott. Pass to Dang. Sigma with a rebound. Here's Chambers. Here's Sigma. Fader on the way. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Jazz. They're up by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And time for us to get back into it here in game 1. Man, what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And it's Duncan in at the power forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Pass to Carter. The 3 is up. Here's Hayes. And And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting for Utah, Alvin Hayes. At the line for one shot.
Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Frazier. Down low. Here's Duncan. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket. Duncan's got 9 points.
Yeah, he has a really nice feel from that spot, and the size gives him a clear advantage.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Pass to Duncan. Here's Frazier. Shot clock at 6. They set the screen. There's the drive. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. 11 points in the game.
Now that takes serious effort and a light touch.
No need to overdo it. Just lightly tip it in. Here's Worthy. Here's Marley. No good on the 3.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Wallace, the pass to Duncan. Back to Wallace. Here's Scott. Still without a bucket. Up and over Carter. Scott can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 4. Pass to Carter. Three-pointer. Hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. It'll be fun to see if they can keep it up.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call time out here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Frazier. To the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Worthy passes to Gervin. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Frazier. To the wing on the left. Duncan. And there's Memphis with another bucket. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Gervin. Now here's Carter. Beyond the arc. Now with a rebound.
Well, he hasn't helped them much tonight, but they've gotten a lot of productivity from other players.
Wallace, the pass to Frazier. To the middle. Pass break, Utah. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Pass to Duncan. Utah grabs the miss.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
Here's Gervin. Up top, Carter. He has 6. Count that one. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Pass to Cooper. Down low. Here's Duncan. Sinks makes it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So both teams making some changes here. Utah leading by 5. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Boy, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
Over to the left wing. Here's Weber. Sigma with a rebound. Utah's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Here's Sloan. He's scoreless. Pass to Weber. Here's Deng. Off target from 3-point range. The Jazz have gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. Here's Gervin. Shot from the low post is good. And now it's a 9-point Utah lead.
Boy, no one is blocking that shot. Excellent use of the floater.
We've got 1:48 left in the second period. Weber, no good. For Utah, they've gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Here's Gervin. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
To the left side wing. Here's Weber. Utah with the rebound.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Here's Gervin. Uses the glass on the layup. Gervin's got 6 here in the quarter.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
And so Tuomas Isalo calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Here's Weber. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. To stop the run, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Abdul-Jabbar, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
To the paint, deflects the pass. Here's Hibbert. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Utah leading by 11. Out to the wing. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Scott with a rebound. With 4 on the clock. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night now. The first free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. And so it's Utah earning this break in the action, up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back after this word.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet. Taking a look at the Jazz in this series. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
the energy is palpable in this arena. Welcome back to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. Grizzlies trail by 10. Taking a look at the Jazz. They've got Hayes, and it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5. Pass to Duncan. Inside. Howard down after the assist. Led him to the lane.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Here's Billups. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Converts on the jumper, an easy 2. Abdul-Jabbar's got 12 points in the game.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint. Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Utah leading by 8. Outside Carter. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound by Duncan. Duncan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the inside. Yao, good. He's got 10.
Oh, he's hot coming out of the break. 3 up, 3 down.
Here's Billups. Carter from outside. Wallace pulls it in. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Pass to Frazier. Plenty of space. Duncan. There's the block. And they get it back. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Hayes. Here's Billups. And he lobs it up top. Cuts off the pass. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Frazier. Clock at 6. Pass to Duncan. The fadeaway. Rebound, Utah. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Shoots a fadeaway. Yao with a rebound. Yao's got 4 rebounds now. Wallace outside. Here's Frazier. Pass to Duncan. Some solid defense from Hayes.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency. And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
To the left wing. Here's Frazier. To the left side wing. Here's Yao. That one goes. Count it. Yao's got 8 points here in the quarter.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Pass to Carter. Down low. It's stolen away. And now Memphis on the break. Cooper passes to Frazier. Here's Yao. He's defended by Hayes. Tipped.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Outside Carter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
From the high post, Memphis with a rebound. Duncan's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Grizzlies trail by 6. Pass to Cooper. Here's Yao. And Hayes comes to help. And so Tuomas Isilo calls a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Pass to Scott. Here's Sloan. Clock at 4. The 3 ball. Offensive rebound. Good on the shot.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
Jazz leading by 4. Here's Sigma. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Here's Weber, out to the wing. Here's Scott. And he drives in. Off with the layup. Here's Gervin. And another miss by Utah. Grizzlies trail by 5. To the middle. Here's Sloan. And a nice finish on the layup.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
For Utah, they've gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Here's Weber to the paint. Ooh, it's stolen away. Inside. Here's Sigma. And he jams it home with authority.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Weber. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Weber's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
That's a chance he's never going to pass up. The D completely ineffective.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. So Utah ends up one with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
.05 left in the third. Pass to Billups. Lets it fly. Weber pulls it in. Grizzlies trail by 5. Shot's good by Scott.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
Outside Carter. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. And he's going for the lob. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. Shot's good by Scott.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
Pass to Hayes. Here's Billups. Back to Hayes. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Hayes has got 5 points.
I'll tell you, an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
Shot's good by Scott.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Yao in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Right wing. 5 on the clock. They set a pick. Here's Frazier. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Utah leading. Worthy passes to Carter. Looking to end this cold spell. Yao with a rebound. Yao's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Here's Cooper. The rebound by the Jazz. Worthy's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Billups. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
And it's so hard to stop the putback when you let him live at the rim like that.
Boy, once he gets his hands on it around the rim, it's too late.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
So he gets them both.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Pass to Carter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Hook shot on the way. Wallace pulls it in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's the pick. Here's Frazier. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. Here's Billups. Pass to Worthy. Ooh, a good look from Carter. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Yao. It's blocked. Robbed. Here's Frazier, down low. Out left to the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 5 rebounds tonight. That's to Billups. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And they call an illegal screen here.
As the game has gone on, they've had trouble protecting the rock. You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when the legal screen is set.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And it's Hayes. That time on the assist by Carter. Hayes has got 4 points now in the quarter. Neither team able to take a hold of this game.
Yeah, it's been a tight one. Numerous lead changes, very competitive.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over that last break, I was able to catch the message that Memphis's coach was giving to his team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Frazier. Pass to Cooper. Here's Duncan. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. Utah moving the ball around. Carter on the wing. Watched by Wallace. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, good whistle there.
First team foul. At the line for the Jazz, Vince Carter, taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Carter. And he makes both free throws. Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Frazier to the inside. Here's Duncan, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Phillips. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, it's off! For Memphis, they've got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Here's Yao. Oh, he can't get the layup! Here's Worthy. Here's Carter. Oh, he missed the jumper! Wallace with it. Here's Frazier. Intercepted. Puts one up from 19. Oh, he can't get the putback. Memphis trailing here. We've got 1:55 left to play in the 4th quarter. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Hayes. Outside Carter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Just 5 on the clock. And it's rejected. There's 1:17 left to play in the 4th. Here's Frazier. Chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And for Utah, they're shooting 47% on this one. Looking efficient. That misses.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
To take the lead. And there's the layup. Good.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
And there's enough time on the clock to go for a 2-for-1.
Here's Phillips. Carter outside. Stripped it away. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Connecting at the charity stripe, so important. Now you are up 3.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 3-point game. There's 18 seconds left in the final quarter. It's stolen. And now they foul and stop the clock.
At the line for the Grizzlies, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. The 3 is off. Here's Cooper. And so the big win by Memphis in a tight game. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown